Hi everyone, myself Dr. Himansu Today I am going to present you about virology. I have a great affection towards virology because anywhere you will find a lot of millions of virus. If you will go for any breathing, then also you are taking a lot of viruses with you. And if you are going to take any food, then also you are taking a millions of viruses with the foods. If you are going to a swimming pool or any ocean or river, you will also get a lot of viruses around you. So next time when you will go to any ocean for swimming, you should be careful so that you should not take any water into your mouth so that you will be again get infected with any viral diseases. And the weight of the virus is very less, that is in femtograms, but it has been already calculated. If the total number of viruses, if you will calculate the total biomass of the all the viruses inside the ocean, it will be around 1000 folds more than the total weight of the elephants on the earth. So now coming to the virology. Exactly, virology is coined by two terms. One is virus, another is logos. Logos. The logos is a Latin word which means to study. So virology means study of viruses. Now coming to the introduction. What are viruses? Viruses are the smallest infectious intracellular and obligatory parasites. Here you will find three words, that is smallest, one is infectious, one is intracellular obligatory parasites. Smallest means The word smallest means it is the smallest among all the creatures. Just like there are bacteria, virus, protozoa, fungus, everything in the earth. But these viruses are the smallest among all of them. And why it is infectious? Means you have already heard several viral diseases are now occurring inside the earth. So it is a very infectious organism because it is responsible for several types of diseases. And it and a third term, that is intracellular obligatory parasites. Intracellular means the virus is active within the cells, that's why intracellular. And again, obligatory parasites means it can only resides and it can only replicate within the host cell. So this is a very important term, that is intracellular obligatory parasites. This is for the virus only. And these are the nucleoprotein complexes. Nucleoproteins, this is a combination of two words. One is nucleic acid, another is proteins. Means the genetic part, that may be either DNA or RNA, it is the nucleic acid part, and the protein part is called the capsid part. So in the combination, virus is a nucleoprotein complexes, and it is the connecting link between the living and non-living individuals. Now coming to the non-living characteristics of the virus. What are the non-living characteristics of the virus? You can note down. It is a acellular organisms, means there is no cellular organelles or any plasma membrane found in the virus. So virus is a acellular organism. There is no respiration for the virus, and you will find no enzyme system in the virus, and the viruses do not grow in the cell culture. So these are the mainly four characteristics of the viruses, so that the virus is considered as a non-living character, a non-living organism. Now coming to the living properties. What are the living properties of virus? Virus possesses the genetic material, it may be either DNA or RNA. So it is one of the living characteristics, and it synthesizes its own protein inside the host cell. The virus can multiply within the host cell. The virus can cause several types of diseases. So these are the living properties of the virus. So that's why virus is considered as the connecting link between the living and non-living. Now coming to the morphology. There are two types of viruses. One is the naked virus, another is the enveloped virus. The naked virus, you will find this is the outer covering, which is called as the capsid, and inside the capsid you will find the genetic material, that is either DNA or RNA. So you can note down, this outer part is called as the capsid, and the inner material, this is called the genetic material, it may be either DNA or RNA. These types of viruses are called as the naked virus. You can note down the example of the naked virus like adenoviruses and polyomaviruses. These two viruses comes under the naked viruses. And another kind of virus is called as the enveloped virus. In the enveloped virus, you will find, apart from this capsid, there is a outer wall, that is called the envelope. This envelope is a special thing in the enveloped virus, which is derived from the host cell plasma membrane. So in the enveloped virus, you will find three main important parts. One is the outer part, envelope, then inner part, capsid, and within the capsid you will find the genetic material. It may be either DNA or RNA. So you can note down these two examples of the enveloped virus like pox virus and herpes virus. Now coming to the size. The size of the virus is around 20 nanometer to 300 nanometer diameter. It is the average size of the virus. But the smallest virus is the parvovirus, which is 20 nanometer in diameter, and the largest virus is the mimivirus, which is nearly 750 nanometer. So these are the smallest and the largest viruses. Now coming to the capsid. I have already explained this capsid is the outer part and protective part of the virus, which exactly provides the shape to the virus. So you can note down the definition. Capsid is the protective outer part of the virus. This is the protective outer part of the virus. The individual unit of the capsid is called as the capsomeres. There are two types of capsomeres. One is icosahedral and another is helical. The shape of the icosahedral is like that, and the size of helical will be like that. So there are two types of capsomeres. One is icosahedral, another is helical, and these are responsible for the shape of the viruses. Each capsomere is made up of one or more chains of amino acids. One or more chains of amino acids. Then coming to the envelope. The envelope is the double layer. This envelope is the double layer lipid, which is composed of lipid, and it is outside the capsid. I have already explained. The envelope is present outside of the capsid. It is derived from the host cell plasma membrane, and that contains glycoproteins. These are the glycoproteins. Exactly, these glycoproteins are derived from the viral genome, but this envelope part, this is derived from the host genome. So this is very interesting one. For example, in the HIV virus, you will find several glycoproteins on over this envelope, and these glycoproteins normally they recognize the CD4 receptor of the Th cells, that is helper T cells. These glycoproteins of the HIV virus they recognize the CD4 receptor of the helper T cells. Now there are two important terms apart from virus, that is viroids. What are viroids? These viroids are the naked nucleic acid. It may be either DNA or RNA. These are the naked nucleic acid, which is called as viroids. Then another important term, that is virion. Virion is the infected part of the virus that is composed of nucleic acid as well as protein. Means this nucleic acid and protein part, this combinedly called as the virion. So when a virus actually infects to an individual, means the virion part, it is responsible for the infections. So in the next lecture, I will be coming with the classification of the virus. I think this will be a great helpful to all the students of this life science biological field. So if you like this video, then kindly like it, share it, and subscribe it. And next time I will be coming with more informative and more useful video, more useful videos related to virology, mycology, bacteriology, everything else. Bye bye.
Stop.